Hi guys! Welcome to Champ's Japanese Kitchen! Many food in Japan have been inspired by Chinese cuisine. There's ramen, gyoza, and also Chukadon, or Chinese ball. It's a rice ball topped with stir-fried meat and vegetables coated in thick and sticky sauce. So, let's get cooking! Chukadon directly translates to Chinese and rice ball and is believed to have originated in 1930 in a small Chinese restaurant in Tokyo. It is based on the Cantonese 8 treasure dish that contains, you guessed it, 8 different ingredients. The number 8 is also considered lucky in Chinese culture. The Cantonese dish influenced the Japanese dish happosai. Although the kanji and meaning are similar, it doesn't mean 8 ingredients, but many ingredients that are stir-fried. Happosai can be served over crispy noodles called ankake yakisoba or over steamed rice as chukadon. So for our happosai, we will use some thinly sliced pork, which we will separate into a ball. Then, season the pork with 1 tablespoon of water, half a teaspoon of salt, and finally, 2 teaspoons of potato starch. Give it a mix and set aside. We'll also add in some frozen prawns, squid, and mussels. But feel free to leave it out anything you don't like. That's what's great about chukadon. You can actually add lots of different ingredients you have lying around in your fridge. We'll also add kikurage or dried wood ear mushrooms. We'll add some water to a bowl and let them rehydrate for 10 minutes. These might be hard to find, so you can replace them with dried shiitake mushrooms. Usually, you can find these in your local Asian supermarket. Next, wash some of the Chinese cabbage and then pat dry. The leaf and stem parts cook at different speeds, so we want to separate them. Then, cut 3 cm slices and set them apart. I will also use komatsuna, or Japanese mustard spinach. A great replacement for this is some regular spinach. Take off the root and wash. Then, cut into 3 cm slices, separating the stem and leaf. While I get cutting the rest of the ingredients, let me explain a little about why Chinese food is so popular in Japan. During the Edo period, Japan's national seclusion policy from the 17th to the 19th century restricted trade with the rest of the world, with the exception of Portugal, the Netherlands, and China. These countries could exchange at Nagasaki port. A combination of Japanese nationals returning from China and an influx of Chinese traders in Nagasaki, Shippoku Ryouri was born. Shippoku is essentially Chinese dishes with Japanese cuisine and some Eastern influences. News spread in Nagasaki of a new cuisine featuring new ingredients and flavors unseen to Japanese cuisine at the time. Then, in 1871, the Sino-Japanese Friendship and Trade Treaty saw an influx of Chinese immigrants to Japan. The port cities of Yokohama and Kobe established Chinatowns, growing the popularity of Chinese food. After World War I, Japanese soldiers returning from China brought home northern Chinese cuisine. Many of these people set up their own food stalls, sharing their newfound knowledge and tastes. From there, many notable figures contributed to the growth of Chinese food, but most famously, Chef Chen Kanmin, who introduced authentic Szechuan foods such as Mabo Tofu, but adjusting them to the Japanese palate. Chinese food gained more and more popularity, and now you can find thousands of different restaurants throughout Japan. Anyway, we've cut all our vegetables, so it's time to make our quail eggs. These eggs are small and can easily break, so we have to be extra careful when preparing these. In a pan with hot, but not boiling, water. Gently add in the quail eggs so they don't crack. Turn on the heat and then stir them around continuously for 1 minute. This is so that the outside can harden and the yolk can stay in the middle. If you don't do this, you may find the yolk set on one side. After 1 minute, you can stop stirring and leave to gently boil for another 1 to 2 minutes. Drain and then rinse under cold water. Peel and then set aside. For the Chukadon sauce, add 400 milliliters of water, 2 tablespoons of Japanese cooking sake, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of dashi powder, and finally 10 grams of grated ginger. Give everything a mix and set aside. So now it's time to fry all of our ingredients. In a frying pan, add in the pork. Cook until brown and then add in seafood. Then add the carrots and baby corn. Fry for about 2 minutes so they're slightly tender. Then add in the Chinese cabbage stems, shimeji mushrooms, and bamboo shoots. Stir fry for about 30 seconds. Mix and then add all the sauce and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat, cover with a lid and simmer for a few minutes until the vegetables are tender. Add the egg, wood ear mushroom, Chinese cabbage leaves, and the komatsuna. These cook very quickly, so we add them at the very end. Mix and then cook for another 1 minute. Then add in a potato starch slurry made with 4 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of potato starch. This will help thicken the sauce. So it's finally time to plate up. Get a nice big bowl of fluffy rice and place our hot posai on top. Chukadon done! Ooh, it took a lot of preparation, but finally, our Chukadon is ready! Itadakimasu! Wow, look at this! Pork, shrimp, a lot of ingredients inside. Let's get eating. There's a good harmony between complex flavors. Oishi! Okay, why don't you try to make this Chukadon at your home? And remember, after we eat, we all say, 고추사무대사! See you in the next video. My kitchen knife and chopping board are selling fast, so be sure not to miss out. Check the link in the description below.